The planet's heart beats beneath 3 kilometers of solid ice. Greenland's interior is an unforgiving expanse. Imagine a landmass of 2.166 million square kilometers, where 80% is permanently covered by ice. This immense ice sheet averages 1.7 kilometers thick. Its deepest points reach over 3,200 meters. That is deeper than the tallest mountain in many countries. The sheer weight of this ice sheet depresses the land below sea level in its central basin. Not a single permanent resident calls this frozen desert home. Reasons are numerous and relentless. First, consider the temperatures. The Greenland ice sheet, or GRIS, experiences extreme cold. Average annual temperatures in the interior are minus 30 degrees Celsius. During winter months, temperatures can plummet to minus 60 degrees or even lower. The absolute lowest recorded temperature at Summit Camp, a research station located near the highest point, was minus 66.1 degrees Celsius. This level of cold causes instant frostbite on exposed skin within minutes. Human survival without specialized gear is impossible. The environment saps all warmth away. Then there are the winds. Katabatic winds are a frequent, terrifying reality. These dense, cold air currents rush down the slopes of the ice sheet, reaching speeds of 160 kilometers per hour or even more. Such winds create whiteout conditions, reducing visibility to 0 meters. Walking or even standing becomes dangerous. These winds exacerbate the chilling effect, making minus 30 degrees feel like minus 70. They carve the snow into hard, icy ridges called sastrugi, making travel by snowmobile incredibly difficult and slow. A journey of 100 kilometers can take days, maybe even longer. Water itself is a problem. While 2.85 million cubic kilometers of ice exist, very little liquid fresh water is available. Any meltwater quickly refreezes or drains into deep crevasses. Accessing potable water requires melting snow or ice, which is energy intensive. There is no groundwater to pump. There are no rivers in the interior. Everything is frozen solid for almost the entire year. Even during the short summer period, melt ponds form on the surface, but accessing them is risky due to unstable ice. Vegetation is non-existent. The ice sheet supports no plant life. There is no soil, no nutrients, and no sunlight reaching a solid surface for growth. This means zero local food sources. Every single item needed for survival, from fuel to food to shelter, must be flown in by air or transported across vast frozen distances. Logistics are immensely complex and expensive. A single supply flight costs tens of thousands of dollars. Nearest coastal settlements are hundreds of kilometers away, sometimes 500 or 600 kilometers from the deep interior. The topography itself presents grave dangers. The ice sheet is not a flat plain. It is riddled with hidden crevasses, some hundreds of meters deep and many meters wide. These cracks can be covered by thin snow bridges, making them invisible death traps for travelers on foot or vehicle. Glacial movement opens new crevasses constantly. Satellite imagery helps researchers map known hazards, but new ones appear without warning. Navigation relies heavily on GPS and detailed experience. Daylight cycles are extreme. During summer, the sun never sets, providing 24 hours of daylight for several months. While seemingly helpful, this constant light disrupts human sleep patterns, causes psychological stress. Conversely, winter brings months of total darkness. The sun remains below the horizon for up to 5 months in the deep interior. This polar night, combined with extreme cold isolation and danger, can take a serious toll on mental health. Vitamin D deficiency is a major concern for any long-term stay. Permanent infrastructure is practically non-existent. There are no roads, no power grids, no communication towers. Satellite phones and specific radio frequencies are the only way to communicate with the outside world. Building anything substantial requires immense effort, specialized construction techniques to deal with ice movement and extreme conditions. Foundations would need to be anchored deep into the ice or bedrock if it could be reached. This level of investment for zero return is simply not viable. The total population of Greenland is roughly 56,384 people as of 2023. All of them live in coastal towns and villages. The largest city, Nuuk, has about 18,000 residents. Small research outposts like Summit Camp operate mostly seasonally, with a small crew of around 10 to 20 scientists and support staff. These individuals rotate every few weeks or months. They are highly trained and equipped for survival. Their purpose is specific scientific study, not habitation. The ice sheet's size impacts global climate. Its volume of 2.85 million cubic kilometers holds enough frozen water to raise global sea levels by an estimated 7.2 meters if it were to melt entirely. This process is already underway. Greenland loses an average of 267 billion tons of ice per year from 2002 to 2017. This loss rate is accelerating. This melting contributes significantly to rising ocean levels affecting coastal communities worldwide. The interior of Greenland is essentially a barren alien landscape on Earth. Its high altitude and ice mass make it one of the coldest, driest places on the planet. Precipitation mostly falls as snow, but the overall accumulation is relatively low, making it a polar desert. The ice is a record of Earth's past climate, with ice cores drilled down 3 kilometers, providing data spanning hundreds of thousands of years. These cores reveal ancient atmospheres and temperatures. For instance, the North Grip ice core reached 3,085 meters deep and provided data going back 123,000 years. Another one, called Grip, went down 3,029 meters. That is a lot of history. The isolation is profound. Rescues in the interior are incredibly difficult and dangerous. Any medical emergency requires immediate air evacuation, which is often delayed by weather or limited aircraft availability. A broken leg or severe illness could become fatal. Self-sufficiency is paramount. Teams traveling into the deep interior often carry satellite beacons and emergency supplies for weeks. Their survival depends entirely on careful planning and robust equipment. It is a place of scientific marvel, but not a home. The challenges are too many, too severe, and too constant. 5 factors stand out: extreme cold, powerful winds, logistical nightmare, no resources, and deadly terrain. These combine to ensure the heart of Greenland remains a magnificent, yet uninhabitable wilderness. No human society could ever thrive there. The sheer scale of the environment overwhelms any attempt at lasting settlement. It is a realm of ice and fierce natural power. The coast offers some respite, but the interior demands everything and gives nothing back.